This LSU CVU game has produced some crazy finishes in these last couple of seasons, and it's about to get spicy again. Varsity Club, welcome back to another classic, and we've got a great one today as we face LSU, obviously, who's out here now trying to make their claim for the Big Ten. The winner of this game has a really good opportunity to go ahead and get into that top 4 before the end of the season. LSU probably has a little bit of an easier time because they are right now atop of their side of the conference. But I think if there's one thing the college football fans have learned of the past few seasons, do not count out this team. Cascade Valley will do what it takes to make sure that they are out there, hopefully not throwing picks. But seriously, the reign that Cascade Valley has put in college football is unprecedented, and they are trying to take it to new heights again this season. McDonald's out here rolling around, has a guy a little bit down the field, but he gets out of bounds smartly because this dude took some injuries last week, doesn't want to get hurt again. A lot of you might be asking, well, what's the beginning of the video, GGB? Where's everything else? Don't worry, there's a halftime update coming to you guys very shortly, right as we get to halftime, and it will give you all the info you usually have at the beginning of the video, but at halftime. Stewart and McDonald in the back. Remember, we have a little bit of an injury. Terrence Williams, who you hear more about at halftime, is not playing in today's game. We'll get a little bit more info on his timeline and when he's coming back shortly. But we're seeing Jeremy Willis out here. Big fella. First down, McDonald under center this time. Sees this guy. What an interception. Long goes all the way up, climbs the ladder, and LSU has the ball immediately. Our team was putting together a fantastic drive, and LSU just had Jordy Long make sure that it doesn't go much further. What a play by that guy, but look at our guys out here making sure that pass goes for nothing. Now keep in mind, this isn't just any normal game. The QB back there for LSU is Chris Moore, who we redshirted him. We decided to say, hey, look, we're going to have you probably play next season, but he says, nah, I'm out of here, and he went to LSU. By all intents and purposes, we thought that he was going to be the successor to Cedric Riley. We thought after Riley left, it was Chris Moore's show, but that dude says, no, I don't want to be his successor, and now he's our enemy. The always dangerous Tom Baker is out here ready to even get a little punt return going. Still a 0-0 ball game. Look, a great stand by our defense, but our offense has to not turn the ball over. We're looking at you, Patrick McDonald. We're looking at you. Big first down. Can this team come back, respond a little bit better than what ended up on that last one? Sean Stewart tries to find a lane, but look, LSU knows the screen game is money for us. 2nd and 8, only a couple yards in the last play. See McDonald out here rolling. That is the fastest defensive lineman of all time. But look, they lost and they forgot about McDonald. He picks up 11. Late hit, ref. Hello? Right back to the running game, though, this time, making sure our running back actually gets the football. And Sean Stewart fights forward for 6 tough yards. Stewart's having, honestly, a pretty good game so far. I like what I'm seeing from him. Obviously, we want to see a little bit more. Oh. McDonald's got to get away from that, but the snow's slowing him down. Huge play there, though, from Drew Lay. Comes all the way from the backside. Make sure he gets his guy. McDonald's out here rolling. This ain't looking good. These offensive linemen ain't really containing, and then we're seeing these dudes get out to the edge. McDonald loses 17. That's not good. It's definitely starting to feel like one of those games we got to make sure our defense gets a turnover here or there just to lock things up a little bit more. But what is the Mel Hill doing? This man's lost. Got to imagine Chris Moore had a heck of a pregame speech telling his team he wants to win this game more than he's probably wanted to win any game in his college career. I mean, not only is it a huge opportunity for LSU, but again, for him, it's personal now. Moore, though, 2nd and 4. There's a couple of guys. He goes out here to the edge. Bernard Harvey's there, and he forces Richard Jones out of bounds, making it 3rd and 1. Jamel Hill in coverage kind of scares me. Hopefully, this is going to be a run play that we can stop. It's not. We try to get some pressure. We can't get it there. Shackelford doesn't get the tackle he needs. A couple of guys clean up, and Lewis gets 8. Oh, whoa. The running back's in. And quarterback this time. Where's Chris Moore? It looks like Chris Moore's out a wide receiver. They're trying their best. We're trying to get our guys to the edge. Jamel Hill, the only line of defense. And good Lord, you know what that means. Touchdown LSU. The offense has not looked good so far. We're just trying to get a little bit of something going at this point. Pressure is all over him, and I mean, there really wasn't much for McDonald to do there. We're trying the short routes, we're trying the intermediate ones, we're trying it all right now. It's not quite working at the moment. McDonald dropping back, feels the pressure, hits this guy, Jeremy Willis. Willis out here trucking dudes, and he's not the fastest guy in the field, but good Lord, is the man built like a dude from Iowa that plays an offensive line. He's beefy. If you see Jeremy Willis running at you, get out the way. Ludacris said it best, minus a couple words. Oh, McDonald. Oops. It's definitely been a rough game for McDonald so far. This man's completed, I think, 1 pass for the smallest amount of yards possible. Oh, no. Dominique Mauger, the guy that we had a middle linebacker that we begged to come to our school, and he said, nah, I want to pick off your quarterback instead. We're not quite getting the separation that we need, and the passes we're throwing aren't really helping us out at the same time either. We are late struggling, as the French say. Tony Rutledge missing now when Chris Moore picks up his biggest gain in the game for 12. LSU is looking just like a much better team right now than what we are. Jefferson in the backfield is going to stay in a block this time. Moore gets hit big time, loses 7 total yards. You'd love to see that. What a hit by Corey Brown. It's like a whole lot of wide receivers out there, 5 wide right now for Moore. He's going to actually go with the design QB run. Didn't expect that. He's a big fella, and he picks up 9. Huge opportunity, though. Can we get the stop? LSU, 3rd and 8. Our guys trying to lock in here. He floats one. Bernard Harvey can't quite get to it, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be 4th and 1. Andy Brooks comes back too much, and we're going to see 4th down. This LSU defense has sacked us twice, picked us off twice. It has been late tough, as the French say. We got Sean Stewart out here, lining up a QB, looking to get something. He had a guy that broke his ankles, and if he realized that he could have went to the outside and been gone. LSU knows, though, the run game is how we win games, and they are making sure we don't really have an opportunity for it today. And they're telling Sean Stewart, you got nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Big 3rd down. We need a 1st down here. LSU had us pretty much figured out, messed up a little bit. Sean Stewart, though, finding room and gets 15. Tom Baker lining up, backup running back this time. Remember, Williams is out and Mr. CTE's back. You still got to imagine what could Dominique Mauger have been had he come out here to us instead. But he left us because he hates us. And McDonald's running for his life. And good Lord, this man's out of bounds. I think the Dominique Mauger loss hurts probably one of the most that I think we've probably had, or the worst that we probably had, because he was literally number 1 on our board. We had him. We had this dude locked up. But he left us at the last minute, and Ferdinand can't get it. It's thrown behind him. No. As much as we don't want to punt that one, it's the right call. We're only down 7. This team is hugging here. Despite having 2 turnovers in bad territory, we're still in this game. George Fry is going to have to be in coverage here. Shackelford's coming up to play a little bit of the close stuff. They go underneath Mitchell with the hard hit, and Lewis holds on. Interestingly enough, LSU has really been probably more pass heavy. They started out kind of running the football more, but they've been sitting on the pass game for a minute now. Underneath again for a quick check down to Lewis. This is definitely one of those games that we wish we had Mike Hemphill for. That dude could have been out here. You can only imagine what might have happened, because right now we're giving him passes left and right. Chris Moore, 9 for 10. Literally almost a perfect afternoon for him. He's just been beautiful out there this afternoon. 2nd is short. Moore, 2 running backs in the backfield. They end up going up the middle here. A little bit of an option play, and 24 takes that for 10. Demel Hill has had to be hyperactive today. He's already got 6 tackles before we even get into halftime. Our guys are just trying to find a way to slow them down, and they still only get him at the line. It's kind of wild to see Hill have 6 tackles already. George Fry just got his 2nd tackle of the ball game. It just feels weird. This ball is thrown. Luckily, no one's going to catch that one, though. Big 3rd down. You know they're passing here. They could do a QB design run, though. Stays with the pass. A couple of guys there. Fry is there, and there's going to be 4th and 3. Time for a field goal at worst. A player did go down for LSU there. We don't really know the severity of it, nor who the player actually was on that one, but we'll keep our eyes on that one for a little bit later. This ball's going to be kicked. This is up. This is actually going to be short. The snow makes it more difficult, and LSU does not get a field goal after what was a pretty good drive. CVU still down 7. Right back out here just trying to make something happen. McDonald's going to hold on to this one. McDonald's got some room here. He's going to skirt up for 11. Bit of a weird game for Patrick McDonald. He has 8 carries for literally 10 yards. The big losses he's taken on sacks this afternoon have definitely not helped him. This ball's pitched out to Tom Baker, who's trying to show off a little bit of speed, and he only is able to get 6 yards. 2nd and 4, McDonald. He's out here. Scrambling a little bit. Got his guys. He's going to find R.J. Riley. Riley picks up that 1st down. If we find ourselves having a regret, it's probably not getting the ball in R.J. Riley's hands more during his career here as he hits his senior season now. This dude has just been an absolute weapon. We had him, but we got hit as we threw it. We also get an update. Number 83, Willis, is going to have a concussion, not for us, but for LSU. So we won't be seeing him for the remainder of today's game. We'll check down here. R.J. Riley again, getting the ball another time for getting 9. The major thing we have to do here is make sure we get points to the board. Field goal is okay. Touchdown is what we absolutely need. We need to make sure we tie this up going in halftime so the LSU is in a little bit of trouble. I mean, look, this is absolutely a game that LSU should be up by 14, 21 points minimum. The amount of turnovers we've had as a team, the amount of little offense we've had, they should be dominating. The injury bug just gets worse. Sean Stewart, I repeat, Sean Stewart has gone down. Robinson's going to come in the game, see if he can pop something off. And again, LSU, they know what we like to do. They're ready for it. Until we get a passing game going, they're going to stop this running game all the time. Stewart, though, the good news is he only has a bruised shoulder. He's coming back soon. It's honestly the best thing we could have possibly heard right now. McDonald literally gasped beyond belief. He's got Willis open. Can he get it to him? He can. That is so close to being batted away, but it's a great catch by Willis and honestly a solid throw by McDonald. Sean Stewart took a cortisone shot on the sideline. It's his coach for me right back in this game. So here he is. Little nervous for him here. Stewart does get hit and loses 3. 24 seconds left. We need a touchdown here. 2 timeouts. We used our first one on the last play. Donald feels a little bit of pressure, sees the guy, throws it, and what a catch by Tom Baker. Lays out forward looking like Dennis Rodman in the NBA Finals, and Cascade Valley's on the board. This has been a wild and unpredictable game, but it's time for a little bit of a halftime update. Enjoy. With the game officially hitting halftime, it is time to go ahead and look at the recruiting update. As you already heard me talk about, we have Brandon Holt and Antonio Vaughn, two important recruits coming to campus this week. Now, for Antonio Vaughn, he's probably projecting as a receiver, probably gonna play a little bit on defense as well, but we need to get 250 passing yards for him. And it's super important that we win this game and have the 250 passing yards because Ole Miss is 200 behind, Arkansas is 155 behind, but Ole Miss has a recruiting visit next week, so we've got to kill it now. Brandon Holt's a guy that probably signs with us no matter what, but if you look at his stuff, he's requiring 4 swatted passes, 2 interceptions, obviously winning the game, so just keep an eye on those stats. The big news though, Warren Fullwood has officially committed to the school. We got him, ladies and gentlemen. They're saying he could be a running back, could be a quarterback, could be a DB. Who knows this dude's gonna play? I know he's gonna play something major, but tell me in the comments down below, should he be playing quarterback? Should Fullwood be playing running back? Should he be on defense? The dude can start no matter where he wants, but he'll be a 4-year starter immediately once he plays. And I'm happy to let you know that you will be seeing plenty of D's nuts jokes going into future seasons. Sam D's officially signed as well, a linebacker that I think will be fantastic, probably redshirted freshman year, and then coming into the following seasons, he should be great. Your top 25 ranking update is this. We have Boise State at number 1, Ole Miss, Florida, Miami, and Texas going from 7 to 5, Georgia going 8 to 6, and we go from number 9 to number 7. But as you can see, LSU loses last week against now number 2 Ole Miss. They are needing a W right now. This is a super important game that we have to make sure we win, because if we win, chance of the college football playoffs is pretty much there. And don't get it twisted. I've seen the slander. I've seen the libel in the comments down below, but Sean Stewart is still killing. The 90 overall had a good week last week, 83 yards, 2 touchdowns, 44 through the air, and a receiving touchdown as well. He is still having a firm grasp on the top spot, but there's some dudes that are trying to make the name for themselves too. And the last little update, Sean Stewart is right there up for the Maxwell Award. More updates on stuff later on, but Maxwell for Sean Stewart could be looking nice. Oh, and our last little update here, we have Joe Kendrick coming back in 4 weeks. Mike Hemphill is coming back in the very next game is what it's looking like right now. And then Terrence Williams back in 2 weeks. He's having back spasms, a whole lot of issues, which is why you're not seeing him at the starting running back, or excuse me, backup running back spot. A whole lot of things happening, but some good news that Hemphill potentially coming back. Let's go into the second half now. LSU started off at halftime with the ball, but did really nothing. So we're picking up here with the rock, trying to get things going. And look at Sean Stewart. Sean Stewart needed 1 block. He needed 1 and he was gone. Stewart running like an absolute man possessed on that play. You'd love to see it. One of his best runs of the game by far. Can't really get a block there from 77, but he still gets 5. The big thing here, we got to be careful though. We don't want to overrun this man because again, the propensity to get injured is high. And look at Tom Baker, Mr. CTE himself. Speaking of injury, only a 3-man front for LSU. They do have 3 linebackers there. Sean Stewart though immediately sees the gap and fights for 9, nearly 10. Stewart has been used super heavy in this drive, so we're going to rely on Robinson here for a little bit of a halfback screen game. LSU maybe doesn't see this one coming all the way. Just kidding. They saw the whole way, but Quentin Robinson still got 3. McDonald started off incredibly poor so far, but he has been fantastic since that second interception, which you never want to see 2, but he's been better since that one. Across the middle here is Jalen Clark. Clark gets down to the 1-yard line. What a route, what a throw, and we are right back in business. Have to imagine Jalen Clark is a primetime player getting a whole lot of opportunities next season. I'm excited to see what he ultimately does. And Sean Stewart gets stood up. Excuse me? LSU's spacing out their lineman a little bit. Only a 3-man front. Should be easy for Sean Stewart. He's right up the middle, scoring the go-ahead touchdown run. Let's never give up this lead again. Moore in the backfield by himself here. We're going to play the pass. Little fake run there. Throwing over top of Nate Ward, and Ward gives up 20 to Bell. Chris Moore entered the season with 16 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Again, not, I guess, prolific in that side of the game, but he's still been absolutely fantastic, helping lead this LSU team. After a loss of 2 there, Jefferson still in the backfield. It's like a delayed handoff. He found a huge gap, and he fights forward for 7. Can our guys get a stop here? Big 3rd and 5. Playing the pass the whole way. They end up going with the run. Fry trying to get over there. Ward gets there. He's a little bit late, and it's going to be 7 and then a first down for LSU. Moore stays in shotgun. What a hit by Stephen Lowe. Haven't really seen much from him today, but a huge hit. Love to see that. Absolutely a delayed blitz, and it paid off huge for Cascade Valley. Moore seems to be a little rattled right now, going for a run. He's going to spin off of that. Does get 6, but it's 3rd and 10. Sometimes all it takes is one big hit, and we seem to get one there. Is Moore rattled from the hit that Lowe put on him. They're throwing one over the top. Bernard Harvey had fingers on. He got a little bit of frostbite, so I can't catch it, coach, but it's fine. He deflected it. LSU is going to opt to go ahead and punt here. We don't entirely believe it. Could see a little bit of a fake here, so they want to make sure we keep our head in the swivel. Davison's going to field that one. Kicks this one back. Baker sees it pretty much going to the 1 yard line and says, nah, we're going to take it out at the 20. New set of downs, a new lease on life. Can we make sure we added this lead right now? Sean Stewart seems to think so as he goes up the middle for 8. Second is short. We'll play action. See our guy Stewart, and he heard the footsteps and drops it. While we've had our issues today, especially on offense, the one good thing we've had is we've been 5 for 7 on third down conversions. Patrick McDonald's going to keep that one, and we're going to increase that to 6 for 8. Love to see it. Little run right back up the middle. Stewart's got plenty of room here. Love to see that. Almost 9-10 on that play. Sean Stewart is literally playing injured right now, and he's absolutely been a champ. Bruised shoulder and all, he's still fighting for this team. Unfortunately, we can't see Fertney hold that block, and he ends up getting a loss of 2. I know that Dominique Mauger is the guy that everyone is supposed to be talking about, but Drew Lay has 5 tackles, 3 for loss, and a sack today. That dude has been anywhere and everywhere that his team has needed him. McDonald feeling the pressure, is going to run, gets out of bounds, does get hit, but he gets 5 to make it 3rd and 7. Big third down here. Can we get a conversion to keep this drive alive? McDonald gasps beyond belief. We've seen him roll out a little bit. Throws one underneath here to Baker, who makes it 4th and short. This might be going for territory. As good as this offense has been recently, I feel like it's worth going for something here. 4th and short. Can this offense convert? Seen our guys roll out a little bit. McDonald is gassed beyond belief. He's going to get the first down and slides. You know what? I'm tired. This has been an absolute battle. The snow has definitely slowed down both offenses today, but we're fighting right now. And the way Sean Stewart's been running when he's getting blocks, it's been just honestly inspiring. We have used Stewart a lot, though, so Robinson again getting his fair share. Robinson finding a good little gap here, nearly gets the first down. Robinson was the JUCO transfer coming out of a really small school out of Kansas, and he's been honestly great. We haven't really asked a ton of him, but when he has come in, he's been fantastic. And look at Sean Stewart, 14 big yards. Stewart's going to make an NFL team very happy one day. I don't know which NFL team, but somebody's going to get a heck of a running back when they draft Sean Stewart, and it better be in the 1st round. People might debate Jason Barr, Sean Stewart all they want. I think Barr is probably a better complete back, but you're essentially arguing, do you want $1 million or $1,000,001? Either way, you're absolutely going to be sitting nice. We'll dump off here. Speaking of Sean Stewart, ankles are broken, but he runs right into Dominique Mauger, who is a massive human being. An opportunity to go 2 scores here would be huge. Robinson coming in to spell Stewart again. He goes up the middle. He's trying to get in the end zone, and Quentin Robinson going to go in there. 5-yard touchdown run. We're up big now. LSU has made some plays in the second half, but they just haven't really been able to put points on the board since that early part of the game. Fry sends a blitz there, can't quite get to his guy. Mitchell, though, is going to wrap up Jones, but he's 18 yards too late. That's only the 3rd grab of the afternoon for Richard Jones, but the 41 yards he's had have been huge. He's had major conversions time and time again for this LSU offense, and we're seeing another big conversion here by Jefferson. Moore lining up, more than likely to pass now. Watching his guys underneath. He's throwing a comeback to Mel Hill, just look lost on that one unless Fletcher gets 13. This has been LSU's best drive by far in the second half. They go underneath to the running back. Jefferson, though, picking up steam, and he finally steps out of bounds at the 20 after 21. Moore is absolutely feeling it at the moment. Don't think he's thrown an incomplete pass in this drive just yet. They go out here to the edge. Barnes gets hit not once but twice, and he loses a yard. Defense trying to get the crowd riled up right now. 5:40 left in the game. They're sending Bell over to the backfield. A QB keeper. Moore's got daylight in front of him. Shackelford gets him. It's too late, and Chris Moore, the former CVU player that transferred to LSU, gets it back within a score. With the ball back, 5:27 left. We're going to try to milk a little bit of time and see what ultimately we can get out of LSU's hands. If we can get this ball on the field and even get a field goal, that is a giant W in our book. Our 100% goal here, though, is to keep the ball in Sean Stewart's hands. McDonald, while he has been much better in the second half, obviously he's prone for some issues, but LSU knows we want to run, and they're sitting on the run. 7 for 10 on third down conversions. Can we get one right here? LSU probably knows what we're running. They actually may not. Stewart is trying to get it somewhere. He can't quite do it. He gets no yards there, making it 4th and a big 5. We were too deep in our own territory, so we had nothing left to do but ultimately punt that football. Luckily, we had a pretty good punt here. Never seen what we can get out of this one. Now, Chris Moore is going to get hit. He ultimately was going to break that tackle, but he ends up getting tripped up by Nate Ward. Moore's obviously feeling pretty good. He had that great run for a touchdown earlier. They kept him within 7, but ultimately, what can he do now? They're relying heavily on this man's run now. Brown's going to get him after 3. Obviously, it's 4-down territory for LSU. Moore's been pretty much running and scrambling each time. He seems to be a little bit nervous at the moment. We're going to send in George Fry. They're throwing across the middle. We had no one there. They get a huge pass to the 50 nearly. You've got to get a turnover here. We have to force something from LSU because right now they have way too much momentum. They go with a round little counter run here. Shackelford looks like a small child getting rejected at the playground. Ultimately, Jefferson keeps it moving, and that dude picks up 24 big yards. LSU feels no pressure right now. Absolutely none. Moore, though, was completely gassed, so getting to him could be huge. He's got an opportunity. He throws back across the middle of the field. We flip his guy, and J. Bell holds on to it. Trying to give Moore a couple of different looks here. Keep him off his toes. We haven't really been blitzing, though. They go with a run out of the edge, and what a hit by Stephen Lowe. Barnes ain't getting past him. Bring our guys up a little bit. Huge play here. 3rd and 9. Moore obviously knows that they throw one. J. Bell's going to catch that one, and J. Bell's going to get brought down after 4. What is LSU going to do? They have to go for it here. 4th down, 4 yards to go. Got to imagine we're going to see a pass play here. Something short, though. The pressure's there, and he gets hit. That is going to do it. Well, LSU has 3 timeouts left, so this could be interesting. But what a hit by Amir Carson to force that pass thrown away by Chris Moore. There's a minute 5 left. We're going to obviously run this clock as much as we possibly can. But LSU still with 3 timeouts today. They're still well within this game. LSU uses their first timeout there. Bringing the play clock down a little bit. Sean Stewart breaking ankles out here and says, excuse me, I got things to do. Even more yards for him. 18 big ones. The hurt shoulder don't matter. With only 1 timeout, 56 seconds on the clock, it is not looking good for LSU at this point. Sean Stewart is going to keep moving forward, and that's their last timeout. This game's over. This is a game that absolutely lived up to the hype, but the guy that we want to thank for this W today is Sean Stewart. 138 in the ground, a touchdown, 5 receptions and 23 yards. This is the guy that kept this game in our favor. Recap of the stats. McDonald did not have a great game today. A touchdown, 2 interceptions, 2 sacks. We see Stewart again with 138 in the touchdown. Quentin Robinson got that touchdown, a 5-yarder, if I remember correctly, off that. On the receiving side, Stewart had 5 for 23. Tom Baker had the nastiest reception touchdown we've seen in quite a while. Shout out to Jalen Clark getting a big 23-yarder that set up a touchdown as well earlier in today's game. And then the defensive side, we're going to see James Mitchell with 6, as well as DeMel Hill. DeMel Hill, not his best game today. From a sack perspective, we see 1 from Stephen Lowe, 1 from Corey Brown. Interceptions, we didn't have a single one today. But the good news is Mike Hemphill comes back next week. And to me, every offense in the nation should be scared. Be safe, be smart, tell somebody you love them. Catch you guys on the next one.